The Chiefs dropped some big news you won't believe, and we gonna talk about it. How are we doing, NFL fans, Kansas City Chiefs fans? Let's freaking go. Hit that like button. Get more people in here. Let's have a good night. Chiefs dropped some news. We're going to talk about that and see what you guys have to think about all of it. Shout out Prize Picks for sponsoring tonight's live stream. Get in the description. Click the link. Get Prize Picks and use code HMA. Put on $5 and you'll get 50 to play with. So let's go. Mike, tell us about this news, brother.
Oh, well, we got a lot of stuff. We haven't really got to be on here and talk about any of the rookie mini camp that we had going over the weekend. So we're going to break down some of that, what we've seen out of that. But I guess the biggest thing that's been kind of setting the world on fire was Andy Reid talking about Patrick Mahomes possibly being back by phase 2 of the offseason workout program. And this is what he had to say.
He is in a good position to be able to do some things. There's some rules and regulations that go with that, Herbie. So we got to just make sure that we're on top of that part. But if he can do some things, phase 2, remember, is there's no contact, there's no offense versus defense. So it's phase 3 that you get into that, and once you start the clock, then the clock's got to be rolling. So you just have to evaluate what you want to do there. But he's in a position where he can do everything, I think.
So there it is, Steve. Listen. He said, yeah, you got to listen to Andy first and foremost. But Patrick Mahomes looks like he's going to be back by phase 2. That's not that big of a deal. If you've been listening to us at all, I know it's so hard to pay attention and to want to just listen to what two idiots would think. But, Steve, we've kind of been breaking this down. We had an entire video breaking down the Mahomes timeline compared to Tom Brady 20-some years ago to the Joe Burrow timeline just, what was that, 4 or 5 years ago? And Joe Burrow was actually cleared to come back at the beginning of phase 2 as well. So I think Burrow had his surgery on December 2nd, and Mahomes had his on December 15th. And those were 5 years apart. And Mahomes would get back projected in 154 days, and Burrow would get back projected in 166. That's a 12-day difference. That was a 12 to 13-day difference between their surgery dates. So it's right on par with Joe Burrow, which is what we've been telling everybody, which is why we projected he would be back by the first game of the year, barring setbacks.
Well, I think a lot of people are under the impression when they hear that Patrick Mahomes will be at OTAs that he's fully ready to play a football game. And that's not it. I mean, obviously, like Andy said, they're not playing offense versus defense. They're just running drills, throwing whatever. It's not like they're going to put him out there and put him at risk or anything like that. I think people just have their own mindset. They hear that and they're like, oh, BS, there's no way he can play football right now. You're right. He can't. But he can participate in phase 2 of OTAs.
Right, and that's all it's going to be. Andy differentiated that. There's not going to be any kind of contact, nothing like that. So I think it's going to happen. We've seen pictures of him throwing and this and that. Another big thing that Andy did, Steve, is he kind of talked a little bit, and this is another thing that happened over the rookie minicamp, is he said that there was one particular running back by the name of Emmt Johnson that reminded him a little bit of LaShawn McCoy, and that set the world on fire, Steve. Do you think Emmt Johnson reminds you of LaShawn McCoy?
Sure, maybe a little bit. I don't know. I mean, Emmt Johnson, he's kind of a little dude. He's fast. He's shifty. He can do a lot of stuff. He can receive the ball. I don't know. I think he's exciting. I know we got really good value on him. I think at the beginning of the draft process, way back when, a lot of people had Emmt Johnson as their top 3 or 4 running back in the entire draft. Yeah. And, then people moved it around, did this and that. But, I mean, ultimately, we ended up getting the guy in, the 4th or 5th round? I mean, it's pretty late. And I think this was, potentially a top 3 running back in the draft. He's exciting. And I think Andy probably sees a little bit of LaShawn McCoy in him. I mean, you have to think, man, Andy was seeing these different running backs and stuff day in, day out, how they look in practice, their drills. So, I mean, if anyone has a good say on that, it's probably Andy Reid. So I'll take his word for it.
Right. Well, Reid said, quote, he's got that lateral quickness. We had McCoy here for a little bit. He's got a little bit of that in him. He can shift gears and get himself upfield quickly. The catching part he does easy as well. Most of all, he likes that he's a smart, high IQ football player. Look, that's the thing is like, I think that Emmitt Johnson was a great value in the 5th round. Maybe if Nussmeier wouldn't have been drafted, obviously he was the highest value pick that we had, according to our entire big board. I even think with Nussmeier, you've got to just go ahead and say, look, Nuss isn't really going to contribute too much this year. He's basically a career backup behind Mahomes. He's a cheap option, so you don't have to keep going out and trying to find Jake Haener or whoever you're trying to sign year in and year out. It's becoming like a weird game there. Can we find a QB? Do we have to trade for Justin Fields, et cetera, et cetera? So it's one of those things where it's like you got a guy in Nussmeier that you can maybe develop and be that guy for you. But in the immediate, Emmitt Johnson can get the job done. He's got a lot of good traits that we liked all the way back to the draft. Now, look, excuse me. I think a lot of people had Emmitt Johnson behind maybe a Mike Washington Jr. Some had him behind Katron Allen. He was behind Jadarian Price, on almost everybody's big board.
Well, that was where he fell in at the beginning.
Right, and then, of course, Jeremiah Love, of course. Everybody knew he was RB1.
I think almost every board was Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price, and then it was either Katron Allen or I'm sorry, what's the other guy's name?
Yeah, it's Katron Allen, Mike Washington.
But Emmitt Johnson was always that 3 or 4 with a Katron Allen. It was like back and forth, back and forth. Then Mike Washington Jr. ran a 4.33 at the combine and had a perfect 10 RAS score, something ridiculous, and everybody's like, "Oh, let's move him up a little bit," which I did the same thing.
Absolutely.
And then I don't think that Emmitt Johnson particularly tested that well at the combine. Didn't look great at the combine, and I made that mistake too. Like, oh, well, I'm going to move him down a little bit. But ultimately, if you watch the game tape, dude, the production that he had in college does not lie. It can't be denied. The guy is a dog. All there is to it. And speaking of dogs, Jamie Gladden with that 2 bomb says 15 got that dog in him.
Yeah, he does.
Heck yeah, he does. I appreciate the 2, brother.
Appreciate you, Jamie.
But yeah, Pat's got that dog in him. He's going to be back. He's going to be ready to roll. But no, man, I really love Emmitt Johnson.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so the next thing that was kind of a big thing was the Chiefs over the weekend. Again, this was all rookie stuff. They released a lot of clips with our defensive line, particularly Peter Woods, R. Mason Thomas, just beating those bags up, baby. That's what they were doing. They were just beating the bags up. They had Nussmeier throwing some balls and this and that. But, dude, look, I love Peter Woods. I think he was a great pick. I think R. Mason Thomas is going to be fun to watch. But I think a lot of these hype accounts and these people out here are just setting these guys up for astronomical failure by taking clips like these. I get it. It's fun to watch, but to watch them hit a bag with 0 pads on and then to tell me, I mean, I've already heard that Peter Woods is a gold jacket Hall of Famer at this point. I've already heard that R. Mason Thomas is going to have double-digit sacks this year. Like, look, I get it. You get a lot of clicks with unsubstantiated hype, but you're setting these guys up for big-time failure because guess what? If Peter Woods struggles at all in preseason, if R. Mason Thomas struggles in camp at all, if Jaden Kennedy gets burnt 1 or 2 times by a mediocre wide receiver, kind of like a Nico Remigio in camp, and you know it's going to happen. You know it happens every year. We've seen Sky Moore beat people. Sky Moore beat Trent McDuffie one year. You know what's going to happen. These people are going to start jumping on them. Oh, this is the next FAU. This is the next, Breland Speaks. It gets a little wild, man. I think people got to take it with a grain of salt.
Kind of a double-edged sword, right? Because we put out shorts, and we will talk about each UDFA that the Chiefs brought in. We did it with the draft picks, too. But what we do is we kind of talk about, here's what they have to offer. Here's what they did in college. Here's their floor. Here's their ceiling. This is kind of where these
Here's
guys
what they need to work on.
Yeah, here's what they need to work on. Here's what they can contribute, and here's what they have to do to get there. And that's kind of how we go about it. Well, you'll have people in the comments of those, Mike, it's like, you all hype up every UDFA. It's like, bro, me telling you about the guy is not hyping them up.
Right.
But you sure will click on this video over here that tells you that, Jared Wiley's going to be Kelsey 2.0, and get in on that. So, I mean, I don't know. It's really weird when people start talking about draft picks, UDFAs. I think it's best just, hey, let's talk about these guys, give them the facts, and then everybody, let's see how they turn out. Like, I hate the offseason hype stuff, one way or another, but you can't win with it.
No, you can't win. Look, we've kind of fell into that too. I remember There's been some bad Brett Veach draft classes, but in the moment, we all kind of felt they were going to be good. I think one of my favorite picks that he had from last year was me calling Omar Norman Lott, and I think a lot of people thought he was a bust. They're still saying he's a bust even this year.
How can you be a bust when you were out injured?
It had been talked about. The Chiefs could have drafted somebody else. I'll get it. He didn't live up to potential, but he was injured. Right, he was injured.
Stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Go back to some other draft classes. Who was that big kid? Keandre Colburn. I actually felt like he was going to be better than he was.
Really? I wasn't a huge fan of that pick.
Did you think Keandre Colburn, though, was going to be cut like instantly, go to 5 different teams and be cut off them instantly? Like, I didn't think he was just going to work himself out of the league within a year.
There was a lot of hype around him, too, by Chiefs fans, creators, stuff like that. Like, oh, he's got the fastest first step ever. He's going to be great.
Right. So I've got to we fell into that for just a little bit. But you know what? The smart guys live and they learn and they take it going forward. So this offseason, I'm going to take it more of just a even kill approach on some of these guys. Let the guys on X trying to get clicks on you go out and tell you that Peter Woods is a Hall of Famer. I can't say that. And if that gets people to not want to watch or listen to me, fine. But I won't have an I told you so if he comes out and struggles for 2 or 3 weeks and you guys start saying he's a bust.
Yeah, I mean, you could make a prediction here or there. But, I mean, ultimately, I guess, after all the UDFA signings, the way the draft went, like, there was 2 things that I thought were negative about the acquisitions. One, I still am not 100% convinced that they had to trade up to get Mansour Delane. I know Brett V just tried to justify
You ain't coming off that one, are you?
No, I'm not, because his explanation was, well, the Saints were right there, and they needed a bunch of corners too. They weren't. They were getting Jordan Tyson.
I mean, they had been talking about Jordan Tyson for a week.
They were getting Jordan Tyson, but
yeah.
I will say this: if Mansour Delane was a guy that you absolutely wanted, and you thought there was even a chance of that, then I'm okay. You do what you got to do.
So what we learned though was Mansour Delane was a higher rated guy on their draft board than
they had
Tyson,
him as top 5.
Bain. He was higher than all of them on their draft board.
Flat out said he was a top 5 player on their board.
So I wonder who the top 4 were, because that was ultimately who they chose. I wouldn't think they chose 5 over 4 unless they valued the corner.
Well, it had to be 4 guys that were gone already at that point. That's all I got to say.
Maybe, except for the fact that he just keeps saying, well, we lost Trent McDuffie. It didn't take a rocket scientist to see we had to get a corner.
But that's my point. But anyway, I get it. I understand where you came from with that, Brett, and I understand that you have to get the guy that you really want. I'm okay with it, but I'm still not convinced that you had to do that to get him. Okay? Just not 100% convinced. And also, I think there was at a point where they took Kennedy, when they took him, I thought maybe there were 1 or 2 slot corners that might be better than him. Now, that's also speculation. That's personal opinion. We haven't seen any of them play in the NFL yet.
Right.
So maybe Jaden Kennedy's the best slot corner. Maybe he is, and I hope he is.
Maybe he's the greatest slot corner to ever play.
Otherwise, the whole point of what I was trying to say is, what you were talking about. It's like, just let them do what they got to do. I don't think ultimately, when I really look at every player they took, if you take out some factors here and there, like, I don't know about that trade, I don't know if he should have went right there. If you take all that out and you just look at the players that they got, I actually like every pick that they took. I like a lot of the UDFAs that they signed. I think they all serve a purpose. I think that they all are going to play a role in this offseason, whether they get cut, whether they go to the practice squad, whether they sneak on to the 53-man roster as far as UDFAs go. I'm cool with the way they did this thing. I think there's a lot of talented guys out there right now.
Right. It's been talked about that they didn't get Patrick Mahomes a weapon. They did take Cyrus Allen.
Yeah, I don't like that. But
here was a big thing, though, that we seen from rookie camp over the weekend was that Chad O'Shea was very much coaching up the wide receivers, and you didn't see that a lot with Connor Embry. He wasn't so hands-on. He didn't really – it's like he wasn't teaching them the proper techniques. You seen Chad O'Shea come out and actually do a lot of this weekend. We're showing on the screen right now some of the drills. You'll see O'Shea just right there in the meat of it, trying to get them to sit down, trying to get them to turn tight, keep their head up, watch for the linebackers, do this, do that. I think Chad O'Shea, Steve, is going to pay off dividends here, and so maybe banking on Chad O'Shea just turning on what we had and making them a little bit better And then also maybe finding a guy that can beat man press coverage in Cyrus Allen. And a lot of guys had Cyrus Allen maybe being a third, fourth rounder on their big boards. I don't fault him for that. He was taken literally one slot above what I had on the board. I just had a few guys higher than him that hadn't been taken. But other than that, maybe you found a weapon that you can use, and you didn't have to swing out of your shorts trying to hit a home run here. Maybe you just had to let it fall to you and know that Chad O'Shea is going to be able to do wonders in that wide receiver room.
Yeah, well, I absolutely think that they did find a guy that's going to be good for the team. I mean, Cyrus Allen, Brett Veach straight up said it. Like, he called him. When he called him to tell him that he was drafting him, he was like, hey, there's a reason why you were our first top 30 visit. We've had our eye on you since way before this. Since the beginning, they had already decided that they wanted Cyrus Allen on this team.
And nobody knew he had taken a top 30. He was their first one. So they kept it under wraps big time who they wanted.
And my point is what I've been saying since he was taken. It's just, this is a kid that specializes at getting open. He knows how to get open. That was the biggest problem with the Chiefs receivers last season. They were the last in the league at getting open. They just could not do it. It doesn't matter if they run a 4.2 or they run a 6-second 40-yard dash. They didn't know how to get open. They just couldn't do it. So you get rid of your high school coach and Connor Embry. You bring in a real wide receiver coach with Chad O'Shea. You get a guy in the draft who literally gets open. That's just what he's known for. He gets separation. I think there's an obvious agenda with the Chiefs in their wide receiver room. I'm excited about it. I actually think Allen could contribute early if Andy gives him the reps.
Yeah, that's why the other day we talked about maybe after the first couple years, maybe even after year one, who could be the biggest contributor here. That's why I kind of felt Cyrus Allen. You get him on the field, and then I also quoted, the fact that we've got some wide receivers that have battled through a lot of injuries and off-the-field problems. He should get a chance to get out there and perform, especially if he can offer you a little bit in the return situation with Dave Tobe. But, I mean, they're not cutting Cyrus Allen. Like, that's not going to happen. So he doesn't have to have tons of immediate special team stuff to be able to make this roster or anything.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, if you look at the wide receiver room, Mike, it's not like it's going to be hard for him to be WR4 or 5. I don't think.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he really could be. Because, you're thinking Jalen Royals is probably your wide receiver 4 before the draft.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Cyrus Allen can give them a run for their money.
Yeah, Kelsey was excited about it on New Heights. He was fired up. He dropped about 14 F-bombs, and then he said, and then he did give a shout out to U of L, a Louisville guy, Jeff Caldwell, who played at Cincy as well. So he got the shout out. I didn't see a lot of big. I thought the Chiefs media team could have just really hyped up Jeff Caldwell a little bit, had fever pitch, but they didn't put out one single clip of Jeff Caldwell this weekend. And
they learned their lesson with Louis Rees-Zammit, I think. Mike TGZ
Possibly.
with the 5 bombs says a little late, but thanks again this year for all the draft content. All the minicamp footage has had me horned all weekend. Don't even need Blue Chew. Let's go, baby. He's horned.
Yeah.
Appreciate the 5, brother.
Appreciate it, brother.
Glad that you caught that draft coverage, by the way. Appreciate you. Brenda with a 10 bomb.
Thank you,
says,
Brenda.
Happy birthday, Mike. Hey, if you didn't know it, now you know. Mike's birthday was yesterday. He's the big 4-3. He's getting old, brother.
Big 4-3. I all day long I tried, you got that little candle. I had to make a wish. I was like, I wish that it was the big 3-4, not the big 4-3.
Flip these things around, man.
Yeah, my back's had enough. Getting old's just not fun. It's not something you want to do, but
But it's better than the alternative.
I know what the alternative
you gotta
is.
love it. Not getting older, which means you're dead. Okay,
yeah, I guess it's a positive that you're still kicking. That's a positive.
Absolutely.
So.
That's the way I look at it nowadays. I like getting old. It's cool.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Brenda.
Yeah, thanks, Brenda. And then we got Richie in the house. Been a member for 15 months. Been around way longer than that. The injuries and poor coaching causes more issues than people think. It will improve greatly this year. Watch. I think there were a lot of factors into why the team sucked last year. A lot. There were injury problems. There were suspensions. There were terrible personnel decisions by the coaches. There were some bad coaches on the team that they got rid of. I think Matt Nagy played a part in it. We'll see how much better Brett Veach can be. Brett Veach. Eric Bieniemy can be coming back in here. I think that the draft last season, I don't feel like if I kind of went back and looked at that one, Mike, and it's like I don't feel like they kind of filled some of the holes that they should have. So I feel like even this year,
Right.
the draft was better.
And how many people were telling us last year at this time that was an A+ draft, baby?
Yeah.
Like,
So I mean, I think
give
that,
it time.
You know, Andy's kind of got a different mentality. They brought in Kenneth Walker III. I would love to see them figure something out on that right tackle position. I would love that. That's like the one thing that's kind of lingering for me. But I mean, otherwise, I feel like you're right, Richie. I think there were a lot of different things that contributed. Overall, if you just kind of look at it in black and white, it's like, well, the offense couldn't put points on the board and the defense couldn't stop anybody on third down. That's a recipe for disaster. And that's kind of what it was. But there were a lot of factors that went into that.
But Brett Veach kind of said it himself. Like, we've been saying this all offseason, like, you have to address that. Like, that was the big one. And he actually said that the other day on an interview with Pat McAfee. He said that number one reason was we couldn't get anybody off the field on 3rd and 4th down, and that's why they decided to go get a speed pass rusher like R. Mason Thomas. They decided to go get a Peter Woods that can maybe free up Chris Jones a little bit from being double-teamed a lot. And then a Jaden Kennedy who can presumably try to help that slot, which means that they are aware that Shamari Connor just don't need to be doing that anymore.
Well, I think Kenneth Walker had focused on the run game a little bit, taking a little bit of pressure off Mahomes in the pass game. I think that all plays into getting the team off the field on 3rd down on defense. And hear me out. It's like our defense sucked on 3rd down last year, but they were playing most of the game gassed. Our defense was on the field so much last year because how many times did our offense come out and 3 and out, 3 and out? 3 and out.
That's a good stat. Let me see if I can find up how many times the Chiefs actually went 3 and out last year.
Dude, even if it wasn't 3 and out, they'd get 1 first down and be off the field. Like, our defense was on the field quite a bit last year. I feel like towards the end of the games, it was quite noticeable that a lot of our pass rushers, Chris Jones, George Karlaftis, a lot of them were gassed, bro. Our defense was literally trying to pull a majority of the weight in a lot of the games last year. If you go back and watch it, I'm not lying to you. It's just how it was. But then, you know, when they get to the end of the games, like the game against the Chargers where Justin Herbert rushed for the first down there where Chris Jones, you know, took the bait and tried to jump a gap he shouldn't have and didn't hold contain. All that is because you're trying to take shortcuts here and there and trying to do something to win the game, dude. Our offense stunk. But I think all of it kind of will play together. You got to be more cohesive. I mean, football is the ultimate team game, and I know it's 3 phases. You're not on the team or the field at the same time, but it all plays together. It all plays together, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to find those numbers because I'm very curious. I would think that 3 and out was a big deal last year, and even like you said, maybe not even 3 and out, but we just couldn't really sustain drives at all.
Well, I mean, Daddy Bar said Butker didn't help either. And yeah, it's not just Butker. It was our special teams as a whole sucked.
Yeah.
Like literally everything. And even Butker, it was just one of those years, man. Even Harrison Butker, you know, the ice cold blood in his veins, big balls Butker was even having trouble. Couldn't hit half, you know, anything.
Yeah.
Like everything was just like, everything just seemed a little bit off last year. And I think it all come from a place of all these problems, all these little problems, people being burned out, the Chiefs winning so much in the last 3 seasons. Like, I think there was just so many factors that played into that. And I'm thinking that this year could be totally different. It could be totally different. I mean, it could be completely backwards of what we watched last year.
I hope so. For my health, if I want to go into year 44 healthier, that needs to be a big change there.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It just is what it is. I think we're going to have a much better season coming up. Pretty excited. Already seeing rookie minicamp take place. You're going to have OTAs coming up. Football's coming back. You know, it's not even officially summer yet, and I already feel like football's coming back, baby. Like, you know, once it gets rolling, it seems like it's once camp hits.
Yeah, we're only 3 months probably from camp, 3 full months, and that's going to fly by pretty quickly because you're going to have phase 2.
You're about 2 months and a few weeks, bro. You're not even 3 full months. We're already in May. They'll start camp around July 20th, 21st.
Right. So about 3 months.
Don't even got that long, man. We're less than 3 months. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, we're getting there. The Royals aren't doing half bad. you know. But we're getting to the football.
Hey, don't bank your happiness on the Kansas City Royals. That's for sure.
You can bank it on Bobby Witt being a beast. That's about as far as it goes. But yeah, guys, appreciate y'all being here tonight. Do us a favor. Hit that like button for us. It just takes a second. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, highly suggest you do so. Come hang out with us more often. Catch our videos, podcasts, everything. We put out a ton of Chiefs content. So consume it. Hit that like button. Help us out. Trying to get to 100,000 subscribers ultimately. That's the goal, and I think we'll get there. Just got to keep pushing. If you guys share us out with your friends, family, other Chiefs fans, NFL fans, I think we'll get there in a timely manner. But real quick, want to shout out Prize Picks for sponsoring tonight's live stream. Mike, why don't you run a few, baby?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's do a Prize Picks entry for tonight. If you haven't downloaded Prize Picks, go to the description, use code HMA. Let's take RJ Barrett here in the fourth quarter. We'll go more on this one. We're always taking more on James Harden points. And then, 3.5 rebounds for Mitchell. Let's go more on that one as well. Yep. And then all you do is come over here, entry fee. We're going to plop down a uno dinero, submit that lineup, and we're good. Again, you can tell our picks at All Chiefed Up on Prize Picks. That's a cool little feature during the football season. Basketball, baseball might not be your thing, but football is going to start here soon. So be sure to download Prize Picks, link in the description, use code HMA, and let's get back to it, Steve.
All right, we got Mikey with a 2 bomb, says football. I thought this was a Misfits cast. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, I don't know. Should we start one?
We'll just sing Misfits songs until the football season starts back up.
We good?
We good.
There's plenty.
Yep, Richie says, I hope YouTube doesn't blackball y'all again. Let's hope so. Good grief, man. I think they've done enough. You've done enough. Just let us roll.
Yeah, just leave us alone for a little bit.
Let us be.
Just chill.
Chill. Yeah, let's go. Mike, what's the one thing? If you could just pick one thing, whether it be the draft picks or the shift in, how they want to run the offense, like name one thing. The coaching changes, offensive coordinator changes. What's the biggest factor you think this offseason so far that you think is going to contribute to the Chiefs turning this damn bus around?
Coaching and philosophy. I believe that it all goes hand in hand, but Andy Reid looks a little more willing to go outside the box here. DeMarco Murray hasn't really been in our coaching tree. Chad O'Shea was not part of our coaching tree. Again, Eric Bieniemy, I don't know if he left on the best of terms. There was a lot of infighting there. It felt like that was blowing up some team chemistry, but felt like maybe he went away. He matured a little bit. Felt like the Chiefs decided, let's give it one more shot there. A lot of fans wanted that, so they kind of appeased some fans. They kind of probably appeased some players. I think they looked on some failures with past coaches like Connor Embry, like maybe he shouldn't have had that job. Maybe Pinkston shouldn't have had the running back job, knowing he was a mediocre wide receiver throughout his entire career. Who knows? But I do think that at the end of the day, it's going to be the coaching changes and the philosophy and the mindset on things. If the Chiefs can get to relying on the run game a little bit more, playing a little bit more under center to take some heat off Patrick Mahomes coming back. And there's just a few things, but I think a lot of it's going to be coaching philosophy and can Andy Reid stick to it long enough to see a change?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's the thing about it. What I really think is kind of what you just said. I think the main thing is kind of getting in that ideology of the running back has to contribute. Like, it can't just be a guy that runs for 1 yard on second and long every drive. Like, that can't be our running game. And like you said, they made steps towards improving that by bringing in DeMarco Murray, getting Eric Bieniemy back, getting Kenneth Walker III. But it all hinges on if Andy sticks with it. Because if we get to the season and Andy gets right back into his old ways of we're going to throw the ball and we're only going to run on second and long, that's going to become a problem. It doesn't matter who you have back there.
Right. Going with that, though, did it not feel like back last year? And I'm not saying Pacheco was a great option. I'm not saying Brashard Smith was able to handle that, that workload and all that. Like, Kareem Hunt was getting a little bit, long in the tooth. Obviously, hasn't even been brought back this year. So there were some deficiencies in that room for sure. But it always felt like the running game was something Andy just had to do. He just needed to do it just to keep him off balance just a little bit. But it feels like this year, if you want to get over the hump, the running game needs to be exciting. You need to call running plays for the sheer purpose of, well, that's part of the offense too. That is going to succeed. Let's run the ball down somebody's throat. Let's whoop somebody's ass in the run game and humiliate them. But it always felt like last year it was like, well, we have to call at least 1 or 2 running plays to keep them honest so we can keep doing what we want to do.
But it was so telegraphed, though.
Exactly, and that's why. I don't think there was any heart in it. I don't think they really truly bought into it. I don't think they believed it, and I think the defenses never really bought into it or believed it, and that ultimately made it always feel like we were playing in quicksand. We have to get back to making this run game an integral part, and not only an integral part, but something that we're excited to do. Let's go out and play some smash mouth football and whoop some ass. Like, I'm tired of just being that cute, end around offense every 5 seconds. Like, let's take games like we did against the Colts and go out there and grind one out and beat somebody with them.
I'm with you, dude. We have the best we got the best interior offensive line in football. We should be running the ball down people's throats.
4 out of our 5 are very, very good linemen, because I think Josh Simmons is going to be a lot better this year than he was in year 1. I absolutely do. Your hang-up is always going to be Jalen Moore on the right, but if you give him a full offseason, I think Jalen Moore is capable of being a
Somebody's got to
serviceable
be able
guard.
to do it. That's all I got to say.
And if anything...
Did you say guard?
I mean a tackle. If anything, though, maybe he don't shoot himself in the foot over and over by getting penalties every time we get in the red zone like Taylor. So if he just doesn't do that, you're probably ahead of the game.
Yeah, well, it's a lot harder to rush the quarterback when you have a run game. It just is.
Yeah, it slows you down.
If you go back all the way to that Eagles Super Bowl where they absolutely beat our ass on a national stage, the biggest problem was that defense played with reckless abandon. The front 4 were rushing the quarterback. They did not give a rat's ass about a run play. They didn't even think of the possibility that we would even run the football. They didn't care. They did not care. Well, did we punish them for that? No, we played right into it. Look,
you got to play with the mentality of you pin your ears back, you go hit the quarterback, you hit the running back on the way to the quarterback. And that is another thing. We couldn't establish a run game, which means they never had to take their elite pass rushers off the field. They never had to take off their Nick Bonitos. But if you were out there pounding the ball on them, what's the one thing that's going to keep R. Mason Thomas off the field? Is if we can't stop the run game, he's not going to be out there because he can't really set the edge. So how's he ever going to be able to rush the passer? If you can't have your specialist on the field because you never know when we're just going to just run it right down your throat, and we could do it on 3rd and long, 2nd and long, who knows? You've got to have that balance. Keep their specialists off the field. I think that goes a long way as well.
I think Kenneth Walker's fun anyway because he's a guy that it could be 3rd and 8 and you could potentially run the football. He's a guy that can get yards.
Dude, a wild take that I seen over this weekend, and it was by one of these hype X, people. And of course, they had 3,000 likes and everybody loved it and had 1 million views. But they literally took what Andy said about him saying he reminded them of LaShawn McCoy. They took the high knee, they took the Emmt Johnson, this clip right here. And they literally looked at this clip and said that Emmt Johnson, by the year's end, is going to be RB1 and that he'll be better than Kenneth Walker.
Come on, guys.
I think, look, that's a little wild. Off that one clip, he's going to be better than Kenneth Walker.
Why
Super
are
Bowl
you shading
winning.
your new running back like that?
Don't shade him, and don't overhype Emmt Johnson either.
Hey,
I love Emmt Johnson, but let the dude earn it. Don't put it on him and make him feel nervous.
We don't want to put that on him.
Yeah,
Mikey with the 5 bomb says, I feel bad for Eric. If this season is a bust, people will want his head.
Be enemy.
Yeah, well, I mean, it comes with the territory right now because we're in an organization where a lot of the fan base doesn't want to hold the head coach responsible, so they will look for any scapegoat that they can.
Right.
I mean, Matt Nagy, they've had his, they've been after him for a few years. So, I mean, Eric Bieniemy going to fall right in there. I think that maybe, do you think this could be the season where it's like the turning point? Like if they have another bad season, does the fan base finally be like, man, Andy?
It depends. If Andy comes out and he changes his philosophy and he runs the ball more and we still fail, I think you say, well, Andy did what he could do. He hired new coaches. He stuck to the run game. They got a nice piece in the offseason with Kenneth Walker. They got the Super Bowl MVP. They added to the backfield with Emtt Johnson. You've done this, you've done that. I think you're always going to have what did we do well? What were our shortcomings? And you're always going to focus on the shortcomings. So, like, if our shortcomings again is Patrick Mahomes, he can't get rid of, like, he has to get rid of the ball too quick. Nobody's open again, and the right tackle, Jalen Moore, has let up a lot of pressures and sacks. You're going to say, well, why didn't they take that right tackle in the round one? Why did they trade up and not take Jordan Tyson instead of Mansour Delane? You know what I'm trying to say? So you're always going to be able to play that hindsight's 2020 thing. It's tough, but to get to the Eric Bieniemy versus Matt Nagy thing, how crazy is it going to be if Eric Bieniemy succeeds this year and we get back to looking right? But you have to take that with a caveat of, well, Andy Reid stuck to the run game, and you've got a Super Bowl champion MVP running back in the backfield. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, he's got a lot of things Bieniemy's got a lot of things that Nagy didn't have. Nagy didn't even have good wide receiver coaches or a good running back coach, and Nagy wasn't making those hires. That wasn't Nagy's responsibility.
Yeah, you're exactly
so
right.
There's a caveat on both of these things.
It's impossible to do that.
It's impossible because it's never going to be apples to apples.
Exactly. Let's see. Somebody in the chat said, what was the big news? So if you're just rolling in here, the big news is that Andy, well, basically here's what happened. Andy said that Patrick Mahomes is going to be able to do some stuff in phase 2. He's going to be ready, essentially, for OTAs. They didn't say that exactly, but your boy Nate Taylor and a lot of Chiefs media ran with that, put it on the internet, that Patrick Mahomes is ready to go for OTAs. He's back. And that kind of snowballed.
I think that was a little bit of a premature.
Yeah. I mean, Adam Schefter even got a hold of it from Nate Taylor.
Yeah.
Posted it. So everybody's like, oh, he's going to be back 100%. He's ready to go. And it's like, no. It is big news that Andy thinks that Patrick is going to be participating in phase 2 in OTAs. But, Mike, like you said earlier, this is something that we discussed a long time ago. We figured that. Like, we absolutely thought he would be there for that because it's not full-on football. It's not something that he has to, be – he doesn't have to be strenuous stuff. It's just him running through some drills, passing the football, running through some plays with the guys, whatever they're doing. So I think they have to be careful with him. But also, like Andy said, if you allow him to do that, there's no going back. Like if he's in OTAs, then there is no reversing that and being like, well, he's on the PUP list. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens, but I think he's going to be there. I think he's going to be participating. I don't think it's crazy, but I think it is good news.
Yeah. So OTAs phase 2 does phase 2 of OTAs start literally this week?
We had it on here. I can't remember, but we had dates for everything.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, though, it could be like literally this week. I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to be quoted on that.
Give me 2 seconds, and I'll tell you. Because I know I have that right in front of me somewhere. It might take me a second to find it, though. But, yeah, it is coming up here soon.
Oh, I got it. Rookie minicamps May 1st through 3rd. OTA offseason workouts. So they're actually going to be May 26th through 28th and June 1st through 3rd. And then minicamp mandatory. So those offseason workouts aren't mandatory. Mandatory minicamp is going to be 9th through 11th of June. So I guess we do got about, 3 weeks here? Maybe, yeah, a little over 3 weeks where it's going to kind of be a little bit of another downtime. Do you think Veach here over the next few weeks starts to try to make any more roster moves to round out the rest of this roster? Like maybe sign a Cam Jordan, maybe look for a right tackle that you can bring in and compete, maybe another wide receiver.
Well, I think that you would probably have to see some sort of a hint first because I think they got to restructure a couple of guys to make some moves. $5 million in cap space. I mean, sometimes they'll do that preemptively, though, and you'll hear about the signing before the restructure.
Right.
So, I mean, maybe not. Do I think they're going to do it? I'm not sure. I mean, they could. I don't expect it. I almost feel like they're just going to roll with what they got. If they do anything, I feel like they should be looking at right tackle. Like, is there maybe somebody available or that could become available that could at least compete for that right tackle position? Maybe that's something that we could see, possibly. Mikey with another 5 bomb says, why didn't we draft Slaughter? I mean, he's better than Creed Humphrey, right?
Yeah, if you're talking about rolling the 18-sided die over there. That maybe. Other than that, no.
He's definitely a better dungeon master than Greed Humphrey. Should have got him.
Yeah.
We messed up there. Yeah, but I mean, OTA scheduled for May 26th through 28th, and then June 1st and June 3rd. And then mandatory, like you said, doesn't start till June 9th. So, yeah, I think it's perfectly normal that Patrick Mahomes is going to be back for OTAs here.
Yeah, I think so too. I was trying to think of this. This is something that some people's not really thinking about. Right now, our cap space is somewhere between $6 and $7 million estimated. And I'm looking at that because of cap space being top 51. Do you remember how when you sign somebody that's not in the top 51, they rotate out of it?
Yeah, I don't know how all that works.
So I was just thinking, I wonder
a cap
if,
expert.
right, I wonder if like Garrett Nussmeier and some of those guys towards the end, maybe even Kennedy, may not make enough to actually trigger that top 51 cap space. I'm kind of curious. I'll have to do some research on that, but I don't know if they're actually going to make enough
who's the draft pick
to affect that one.
Who's the draft pick that doesn't make the 53-man roster and everybody freaks out?
Do you think there's one this year?
Not necessarily.
They're not common. Kamal Hadden was the only one that missed the roster probably in the past
it
like
doesn't happen a whole lot.
4 or 5 years.
If it did happen, who is it?
Well, it's not going to be Delane. It's not going to be Woods or Mason Thomas. Kennedy's got a bigger road than people think to be an impact. I don't just put him right in as nickel one. It just doesn't happen.
I mean, he's going to have to earn that spot, right?
Yeah. Cater Kohu was brought in to do that, and he's pretty good at it.
Brett Veach mentioned that Delane could potentially play in the slot.
I was going to say that.
And
Don't be surprised.
People don't want to hear this because they think it's crazy because he's this island shutdown corner. But Brett Veach said,
yes, he could get there. McDuffie started his
Right.
NFL career in the slot, so it wouldn't surprise me if they don't
fall
let
over.
a healthy Christian Fulton play one side, Noah Williams play the other side, and Delane in the slot. That wouldn't surprise me
I think
either.
they're absolutely going to move him around a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So Nussmeier's probably going to make it. I think you have to keep Nussmeier. He's too good of a value, and you're going to keep developing him. And I don't think Emtt Johnson. It's got to be Kennedy. I don't think it's Emtt Johnson or Cyrus Gray.
I think Kennedy's the guy. And here's the thing: if people are so hyped on Kennedy, and I think he's good. I think he's going to make the 53-man roster.
Yeah,
easy.
but if there was one that didn't,
it would have to be.
It would have to be him or Nuss. But I don't see them drafting a quarterback late and then cutting him.
Not
Too
with
much
that
value.
Yeah, I don't see it either. Brian Parrott, hope you're doing good, brother. I saw all that stuff you sent me, dude. Our boy's going through it. So y'all throw a prayer his way. But he said 100K subs will make him alive again, Mike. We're going to bring him back like Frankenstein or something when we get to 100 freaking K. Julia Gulia came back from the dead. Speaking of, haven't seen her in a long time. She said, just got here. We talking about the tight end room. Not yet.
We talking about him yet? No, but we can.
We can. We can absolutely do that. There is a little bit to talk about with the tight end room because I think if there's another question mark to me outside of right tackle, I might go to tight end, actually. That could be the next one that I would think about. But real quick, before we talk about that tight end room, I want to shout out our boy Heath in the house with 10 gifted memberships.
Appreciate you, brother.
Let's freaking go, Heath. We appreciate you. If you guys got one of those memberships, make sure to thank Heath in the chat for being a freaking legend. And if you're a member already, put some legendaries in the chat for Heath. See how that works? Let's freaking go.
Yeah. Heath, did you make sure and email us at allchiefedup@gmail.com and give us your address to get your jersey out?
Yeah, a lot of people that won things over the draft weekend and potentially on...
Okay, Heath got it to me, so he's good.
A lot of people that won like the mystery prizes did not email us. So if that was one of you guys... Yeah, we have a list of names, so you're not going to trick us. But
we gave away probably, 10, 12 things. And I think only about 7 people has got back to us. So there's probably 3 or 4 people that hasn't really got to us with an email. And I'm just not going to send it to a random address. That's not what I'm going to do. So
why not? Just take a guess.
Just pick something.
It's like picking the draft picks, bro. It's just take a random guess.
Just throw a dart.
See what happens. Mike, let's talk about the tight end room for Julia Gulia, just because I kind of want to talk about it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tight end room's weird. It's very strange. You have Noah Gray, who's getting paid too much. If anybody were to be traded or cut or something like that, I love you, Noah. I think you're a good football player, good dude.
I would consider trading Noah before.
You were on that list.
Yeah, I would consider trading him this offseason if possible.
You also have Jared Wiley, who has not lived up to expectations. But let's be honest here, a fourth-round tight end who had an injury he was out the entire year a couple years ago. He's probably right where he's supposed to be quite honest about it. We just don't really know what he's going to do. We don't know what he can offer us.
Yeah.
So do I put any stock in him? No, I don't. Then you have Jake Brenningstool. Didn't get to play any last year. Got hurt. We'll see what he's able to do this season. A lot of people think he's going to be the greatest thing ever, but he was also a UDFA. It's weird with me. I think the same short where we talked about John Michael Gillenborg, a guy was like, why are you trying to convince me that he's great? No one drafted him. It's like, well, no one drafted Antonio Gates, but he ended up being one of the best tight ends to ever play. And I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it's a possibility. He's still going to talk about the guy. He's on the team. But then out the other side of their neck, they're like, well, we got Jake Brenningstool. Well, what was he? He didn't get drafted? Like, what are we talking about? We don't even know what we got with any of these guys. So my point is I think that it's wide open for a lot of these dudes. I think, Jake Gillenborg or whatever the hell his name is, I can't remember after talking about all these different people.
John Michael
Gillenborg.
You mixed him and Jake Brenningstool together. That's great.
Right. Yeah, but John Michael Gillenborg, I think he absolutely has a chance to make this roster. And yeah, he didn't have a crazy amount of stats in college because, let's be honest here, Wyoming is a boring conservative offense that runs the football 90% of the time. They're not slinging the ball to tight ends like Georgia would or Iowa does. It's different. He had limited opportunities. That doesn't take away from the fact that the dude is a pass catcher. It doesn't take away from the fact that he is a almost perfect 10 RAS score. He's got all the tools. He's got all the traits. He's got the size. He could literally be Travis Kelce-esque in the fact that he's a wide receiver more than he is a tight end. If you can get him in there, he can block. I think some people took that the wrong way, that I said he wasn't a traditional inline blocker. He could block. He's not great at it, but he's more of a pass catcher. They're going to move him around.
Why is it that if you say something, not 50% of the people hear what you say and the other 50% just make up what you don't say? It's like what you don't say, but they just infer it.
All I was trying to get at, dude, is this tight end room is wide the F open. Like anybody could make this roster right now. Noah could be traded.
Yeah.
A lot of things could happen there. I'm surprised they didn't invest more in it in the draft. I thought maybe this would be the year they did, but they didn't. So
here's what I'll say. Noah Gray, I would have been down to have traded Noah Gray if we would have maybe drafted somebody to, if you would have got your hands on a Stowers or somebody like that, possibly. I think as it sits now, again, I just said a few minutes ago I would maybe trade Noah Gray. I don't know. I'm thinking about that a little bit more, and it's like I don't really know because, like you said, Jake Brenningstool's not really been anything. We've not seen nothing from Jared Allen. Just do what you did. We've not seen nothing from Jared Wiley. You may be in trouble if you tried to trade him right now. You would have to hope Gillenborg hit or Brenningstool hit. But the Chiefs did
a very unserious question to ask right now.
What?
Do you think if we brought back Jared Allen from retirement that he would have more sacks than Charles Omenihu or Mike Dana did last year?
Probably, yeah.
100%.
What do you have to get to? 3?
100%.
Yeah. So the Chiefs brought in 5 guys. So they brought in Gillenborg, who they give money to as UDFA. But they also brought in Lewis Hansen from UConn. He got a tryout. Justin Holmes from Pitt got a tryout. Johnny Pescuzzi from Tulane got a tryout, and Jacob Peterson from Toledo got a tryout. I don't feel like any of these guys are probably going to make the team, but that just shows you, like, they're trying out a lot of guys here. Gillenborg, in my opinion, does have a chance. I think him and Brenningstool share a lot of the same things. Again, Jared Wiley's just never turned it on. This may be his last year here if he can't find a way to produce. And then you almost got to keep Noah Gray, but I'm with you. I think this tight end room needs some help. Would it surprise you if you, like, we've heard that it's possible Kyle Pitts could be on the trade block. Would that surprise you?
They're not trading him. I think they paid him already.
Did they?
Yeah, Matt Ryan took over football operations there, and he loves Kyle Pitts. He's not going nowhere.
Yeah. Well, this was a new recent report, but I don't know if that's
Everybody
true.
loves bringing up that Kyle Pitts trade, baby. Gets people horned up. Mikey with the 10 gifted memberships. Let's freaking go. Y'all put some legendaries in the chat for Mikey. Thank him if you got one of those memberships. If you didn't get one and you would like one, you go to join.allchiefedup.com. Buy your own. $4.99 a month. It's cheap. It's worth it. Go do it. Mikey with a 5-bomb also said, come on, fellers. Super chat and pay these bills. We appreciate you, Mikey. Thanks so much for the support, brother. But yeah, let's freaking go.
Steve, this was just on April 23rd. It says, as of May, the Falcons' Kyle Pitts is considered a major trade candidate. While he was not moved during the draft, reports indicate that the Falcons' front office remains open to dealing him for the right price. He's not reached a deal. He's got until July 15th.
I don't see it, though.
I don't either,
Well,
but
first of all,
that may be something you'd want to do instead of a wide receiver. I'd rather have Kyle Pitts than A.J. Brown, I think.
I couldn't do that. No, and I
Whoa, what? You wouldn't want a nice Kyle Pitts to be here for a long-term thing? You would rather have an A.J. Brown, like a troublemaker for a year or two, than Kyle Pitts over the next 3 or 4 years?
let's put it this way.
What are you talking? Are you high?
If you had A.J. Brown for 3 years or Kyle Pitts for 3 years, I'm taking A.J. Brown 10
I'm
out of
not.
10 times.
Because at least we have other receivers in the room that can do something. Besides Kelsey, what are you going to do if he retires?
If you have A.J. Brown, then you don't really have to worry about that now, do you?
I'm not playing that game. This is an offense that runs through the tight end. I'm not playing that
They don't
bullshit
have to.
game.
I think that they've been forced to run through the tight end.
Hey, Kyle Pitts all day, every day over A.J. Brown.
Dude, make a poll. That's wild.
I will beat you
And
in
I
this
like
poll
Kyle Pitts. Mike,
75%.
I've been telling you for a
Steve,
while.
I'm going to make a poll. I'm going to beat the hell out of you in this poll. And if you guys prove me wrong.
Literally think that
Oh,
Kyle
there is
Pitts
no way people's going to want A.J. Brown
If you
over
could
Kyle
get one or
Pitts.
the other, and we're not talking about how much they're going to cost. We're not talking about how long they could possibly be here.
No, we ain't
Literally
talking about
just
none of
Kyle
that.
Pitts versus A.J. Brown. Which one?
Well, we're going to find out. Look, if I'm wrong, I will sincerely apologize to you because I just cannot see it, brother.
Dude, that's crazy.
Kyle Pitts, like literally, if Kelsey were to stump his toe and miss 6 weeks this year, you
here's
have
another
nobody.
Thing. Here's another thing. You can't be playing these what ifs either because, okay, what if Kyle Pitts stays hurt like he always does? What if A.J. Brown causes trouble?
I'm not going to play what
ifs. Just literally, which one of those would be more productive?
But our
in this
wide
offense?
receiver room is
A.J.
a lot
Brown.
better than our tight end room.
You just told me that you would take a second-tier tight end over the best receiver in football statistically. That's insanity. Mike, that's crazy.
For this offense,
Anyone
absolutely.
that says that is crazy.
Well, we're going to find out.
That's wild, dude.
Be prepared to call all these people crazy.
Dude, that's crazy. Look, like I said, you can't play the what ifs because if you want to play what ifs, Kyle Pitts is hurt all the time. If you want to play the what ifs, A.J. Brown could be crazy. He could start some trouble. I'm just saying, to tell me that you're going to take a fifth ranked, what even is Kyle Pitts? Is he even the fifth ranked tight end in the league? I don't even think he was close to that.
It doesn't matter.
Over the.
He is a better upgrade than Noah Gray right off the rip. Him and Kelsey together is a lot. Dude, it's hands down Kyle Pitts.
Well, I think y'all are crazy if you vote for Pitts. I just do. And I like Kyle Pitts, Mike. I've always liked that as an option for the Chiefs. I just think that to say that he would contribute more than A.J. Brown is wild.
What do you mean? We don't even use a wide receiver one. We sit on here and talk about how we finally get a good wide receiver and we won't even throw him to the ball.
Have you had A.J. Brown on your team?
We've had somebody that should be a wide receiver one and we've never used him.
Who?
DeAndre Hopkins should have been used better.
Don't say Papa Hopkins.
Yeah, but they didn't even use him.
Mike, you're wild. This is crazy. I'm just saying right now, statistically, A.J. Brown might be the best receiver of football. And you wouldn't take him. You'd take a tight end that might be top 10 tight end.
We're at 44 votes. Where do you want me to end the poll? Give me a vote number.
100. I want 100 people to vote
100
on this,
votes. So if you guys haven't voted, get in there and vote. I got to end this. There's over 400 people watching right now. Please vote on this poll. We're about halfway there right now.
I don't know, dude. I think this.
Do you want
is
to
a
guess
good-
where you're at
this is
halfway
a-
through?
No, I don't want to see it until it's done. I don't even care. I'm just saying, I think you're crazy if you think that Kyle Pitts would contribute more, especially with
Kyle
I don't
Pitts
know.
in this offense with Patrick Mahomes. And look, let's just say that nobody's injured or nothing. I would rather have a double tight end set with Mahomes, Kelsey, and Pitts over Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy and AJ Brown. Because I'm
Here's
fine
my
using
point.
the three
can I
guys
ask
we
you a
got
question,
out there.
though? Kyle Pitts is all projection. Has he lived up to his billing since he's been in the league?
No, probably not. But at the same time,
AJ Brown is statistically the best wide receiver in football.
But you've got to play AJ Brown's style of football, or he ain't gonna give you good reps.
Throw him the ball. That's all you got to do.
Steve, we are not an offense that's going to give him enough.
If you have someone like him,
He wants to eat seconds and thirds.
I don't think that you can ignore him like you could D-Hop.
Steve, he wants Lou Malnati's Chicago deep dish pizza, and we can only afford Totino's that you throw in the oven.
Well, that's what you're doing right now is you're taking Totino's over Lou Malnati's because you think, well, maybe that Lou Malnati's might burn my mouth a little bit.
That's wild to think that Kyle Pitts is that bad of a football player. You're going to compare him to
say he
Totino's
was.
pizza.
I didn't say he was. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm just saying. And like someone actually said, like, well, Pitts is younger. Is he that much younger than AJ Brown?
Probably like 2-3 years.
Is he really? Let's see how old are these
AJ Brown,
dudes?
30.
How old is he? He's like a 30 or 28.
Pitts just got drafted 4 years ago. Pitts maybe 27 at the most.
AJ Brown is how old are you, buddy?
41. No, I'm joking.
Why does it not tell me?
67 votes. Come on, guys. 30 of you maybe have to get out vote. If not, we're just going to end at 75 votes.
Now vote. We want to see 28. He's 28, brother. He's 28. Okay, so he's in his prime. How old is Kyle Pitts? Kyle Pitts is 25.
I like that I fired you up over this right now. Like, you're just,
I'm not that fired up. I don't really care. I just
you
think
hate it.
I just think it's pretty wild that you would say that. That's all.
Look, I think it's a better offense. Look, if you tell me that Kenneth Walker and Mahomes in the backfield, and then you're going to have two tight end sets between Kelsey, Pitts, and then you're going to have Rashee Rice and Tyquan Thornton and Xavier Worthy out there, you're telling me that offense is worse than to have like Rice, Worthy, and AJ Brown with Noah Gray and an aging Travis Kelce? That offense is better?
I'll say that. This is all I got to say. Who's the last 1,000-yard receiver we had?
We don't have them because we don't throw it.
That's a lie. We throw the football more than anybody in the league.
we feed everybody equally here. That's the way Mahomes has always done it.
Yeah, and that's how we looked like shit for the last 2 years, is trying to feed people like Justin Watson.
Well, you're trying to
to
change too much too quick.
What's the best year that Kyle Pitts has put up as a pro? Can you tell me that? I
don't know. Probably this last year.
Can you look that up? Look that up.
Yeah,
for me.
sure.
Just go to his career stats. If for somebody that said we can't pay Brown, you're probably absolutely right. But we couldn't even pay Pitts either.
No, we're taking money out of the deal. If money wasn't a factor.
Dude, this is crazy.
Pitts in year one, 68 catches for 1,000 yards and 1 touchdown. So, I mean,
1,000 yards on the nose?
2026. In 2025, he had 88 catches for 930 and 5 tutties. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he's going to give
that
you
right
at
there is
least
AJ Brown's worst year, and it's because he got hurt.
Maybe so, but how's he going to fit?
This dude has been over 1,000 yards every year of his career that he was healthy.
Don't be a stat goblin that just looks at stats. Like, you know damn well if he comes here, he ain't putting up those stats, dude. Andy Reid is not going to throw him the ball 110 times.
He got thrown the ball 88 times in 2022 and had 1,496 yards and 11 touchdowns.
Steve, don't be so angry.
That's crazy. Bruh, pull up.
We're at 80 votes. Come on, 20 more
20
votes.
20 more.
Get it going, guys. Just vote. 20 more times.
I like this little debate. It's a master debate.
It's a funny. Look, you're not. Either way is fine. I'm just saying, like, Kelsey's going to retire after this year.
I think either way would be great for the team, but I think if you're comparing the two, I think you're flat out wrong. I just think you're wrong.
Whoa, I thought you were going to humble yourself a little bit and
No.
tell me I was correct, because I am.
No, I think I think Kyle Pitts would be a great addition to the Chiefs. I think it would do exactly what you're saying. But I think if you compare it to A.J. Brown, you're just wrong.
You're comparing a wide receiver stats to a tight end stats. Come on. Besides Kelsey, that doesn't work with anybody ever. Don't be cheating.
I'm not cheating.
Get out, bro. You're getting swamped in this. It ain't even close.
Look,
I'm
y'all
just
are
ending it.
crazy.
There's no way. 13 votes cannot sway this deal. It's over.
What is it?
60-40. You'd have had to have all 14 and still couldn't have done it.
Well, 60% of y'all are slap nuts.
No, 60% of you guys know what you're talking about. Let's go. Round of
Slap
applause
nuts.
for 60% of them ball knowers out there, baby.
I think if you did that poll, like globally, it would be.
Of course, globally, but we're not global. We're the Chiefs and how we're built and what our needs. Our needs is a replacement for Travis Kelce, and Kyle Pitts would be a hell of a replacement.
This is why people voted your way, because they're convinced that he's crazy.
Okay,
That's
look,
all.
if you tell me Brown will be here for the next 5 years, he won't cause me any problems, and we're not going to re-sign Rashee Rice next year, and this and this and this, it's cool. But we know Travis Kelce's not going to be here behind this year, and we have nobody in the tank, and we don't draft him worth a shit either.
I get the route you were taking there. I just think that was a bad. I don't know. That's wild.
I want one season of a Pitts Kelce masterpiece.
Do you think? Well, just being dead serious and without even just arguing with each other.
Yeah.
You really think?
Were we really arguing, or were we just being dumb?
Probably being dumb. But do you really think that Kyle Pitts, 1 year of Kyle Pitts, would put up more production in this offense than A.J. Brown?
I think that A.J. Brown, to hit 1,000 yards with the Chiefs, I think A.J. Brown, I really do. If you told me 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns, I'd give you less than 50% shot he's going to get it.
I want to do this little experiment here.
The Chiefs just spread the ball too much.
Give me 1 second. I got to look something up. So just give me 1 second, because I want to try to. I don't know if this will make sense to you, like it makes sense in my head right now. But I want to try to do this comparison, and I'll tell you what I'm doing as soon as I pull this up. Okay, so back in the day, we had a guy on the team named.
Oh,
Tyreek
come
Hill.
on, JB! You're going to come out and do this to try to sway this. Is this what you're really going to do? You're going to try to pump up this dude's head over here, and he's completely wrong.
Ooh, yeah.
In the Chiefs' offense, there's no way Pitts isn't the guaranteed guy.
Dude, you're full of shit. I'm going to play it twice because you're full of it.
I don't care what y'all do.
Hey, he paid a 50 bomb and said, hey, Mike, you're wrong. He didn't say, Steve, you're correct. He said, Mike, you're wrong.
Well, I don't care.
There's no parallel.
Can I refund
where
this?
Pitts is better than AJ. Hey, JB, appreciate you, brother. Thanks for the support, for real. Not for me, but for the channel. Okay, here's my experiment.
You got refunded right there.
Here's my experiment.
No, I'm joking.
Okay, check this out. So when Tyreek Hill played for the Chiefs, you said out of your mouth during this argument that the Chiefs do not target receivers enough to have an A.J. Brown.
Yeah, I think I honestly think that we just spread the ball too much.
Can I, this might change your mind because this is wild. In 2021, the Kansas City Chiefs targeted Tyreek Hill 159 times.
Okay, but who was he playing with?
Listen to this. Wait for this. A.J. Brown, 159. 159. Keep that in mind. A.J. Brown had a 1,496-yard year on 88 targets. That is a massive discrepancy. So you mean to tell me if they had A.J. Brown here that they wouldn't target him half of Tyreek Hill?
I mean, I think they would target him, 75 to 85 times?
He had a 1,000-yard season on 52 targets.
But we have already, though, established.
I'm saying targets, and I mean receptions.
But we've already established that the Chiefs are trying to come in, protect Patrick Mahomes.
JB, you're legend, brother, by the way.
Yeah,
y'all
I
put some
appreciate you, brother.
legendaries in the chat.
50 more and tell me Mike's right now. Come on now. Make it up to your boy. No, I'm joking. Look, we've already said that the Chiefs have to be running the ball more. They got to be using Kenneth Walker. They got to establish a run game. We need to grind it a little bit more and help Mahomes. And you're going to go out and get a guy like that
Wait.
that wants the ball that many times where he's going to be a baby about it?
No, I'm just saying Tyreek Hill had. Here, I gave you the wrong stat, by the way. I did. Okay, so I'll admit that. Okay, I accidentally looked at receptions on A.J. Brown when I was flipping back and forth. But he's still only 140 targets to 1496, and Tyreek was 139 and gave us, 1,000 yards that year, maybe? Something like that?
Steve Ray said you're being a stat gobbler. Quit.
No, I'm just trying to show you. Like, you kept telling me that we don't throw to receivers, but Tyreek Hill was targeted.
You're trying to tell me A.J. Brown? No, A.J. Brown in our offense isn't going to run the same routes that a Tyreek Hill's going to run.
I think A.J. Brown runs whatever route you want him to run.
Yeah, but he's more of like he's not really going to blow by you like Tyreek Hill ever did.
Tyreek
Just
Hill
have that wide open.
But what did you see Tyreek Hill do more in this offense? Catch and run or catch a bomb? Because I would say you probably saw him catch and run more than that.
I'm just saying, if you look at the two positions, one position is a lot better than the other position. And you're just going to stack onto the extra position rather than to equate the two.
Well, let's be honest here. What is tight end 2 going to contribute this season with Kelsey still there?
He may be tight end 1, though.
50% of the snaps, tops.
Oh, he's getting a bunch of snaps, though.
He's getting a bunch of snaps. Who is?
Pitts.
You're just making stuff up now? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a good, fun conversation, though.
I don't think there's a clear winner.
I do. I do. I'm sorry, I can't be civil right now.
That's just because you're a slapnut.
Maybe. JB with 10 gifted memberships. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks so much. If y'all got one of those, make sure to thank JB in the chat. Welcome to the crew. Let's go. Mikey with the 5 bomb says, Mike, you're my favorite, but you're wrong, kind of.
I don't care. Just because
I love that response. I don't
just
care.
because all of you guys that are wanting to donate money is coming at me right now doesn't mean that the poor people are any dumber. Okay, we're smart. Just because we don't have enough money.
Do you think, like, I don't know if 60% of y'all really thought that through before you clicked the button.
We did, because it doesn't matter.
I think 60%.
You're saying with no caveats, but we know there's a big caveat. A.J. Brown's got a big ass head and ego.
Oh, there's a caveat with Pitts too.
It's had it
He's
too many
underperformed.
times.
He was a bust, and
Brett Veach and the Chiefs tend to get people to overperform. Look at Tyquan Thornton.
Yeah, look what they did with Kadarius Toney.
I mean, yeah, he didn't work out long term, but in some big games, he produced some big,
he did
some big plays.
He did have a couple good big plays, but he was insane in college.
I'm just saying that you know that you got a tight end that's going to be gone next year, and you have nobody behind him. And to get Kyle Pitts would make tons of sense. And when you're just trying to make a
Pete said y'all talked about 2 guys that are not Chiefs for 15 minutes now. I gotta go. This is insanity.
Don't do it. We're having a hypothetical. What else are you going to do at 10 o'clock on a Monday?
Come on, Pete.
What is today?
That's great. Man, appreciate you guys being here, by the way. I think that was just a little fun debate here at the end of this. But anyway, just to recap real quick, Patrick Mahomes. Andy said he's going to be able to do some stuff for phase 2 at OTAs. Does that mean he's back? Is he 100%? No, it doesn't. But they're not playing contact football in OTAs. So everybody pump the brakes on that one a little bit. But still, good news that Patrick is kind of ahead of pace. They've basically said that. Like, he's ahead of pace. Getting back for week 1 is a possible thing. So, yeah. And then, of course, we kind of looked at a little bit of what they did this weekend during a rookie mini camp. I mean, as much as you can. You can watch some drills and get real horned up about it. But I think we got some good guys in this draft. Got a 2-bomb from a boy Flapjack. He says, AJ all the way. I like big head. Let's go. What was that look, Mike? Do you expect anything less from Flapjack? Let's be honest.
No.
Witt says, wait, Mike does have a point about Pitts. Witt, give me one point I just want one.
I've given you several. You won't listen because you won't stop talking about how great A.J. Brown is.
I didn't even have to do that.
Yeah, you did. Because 60% agreed with me. If you haven't remembered, you're just taking people that donated money.
But no one
and
gave
saying
me
that
a
we're
reason of
better
why,
than me.
except for A.J. Brown's crazy. That's the only.
That's a pretty big freaking factor.
Well, I don't care how crazy he is if he comes in here and puts up 1,400 receiving yards and 11 touchdowns. Be crazy, brother.
If you think a Chiefs wide receiver is going to do that with us trying to get back to a run game this year, you're out of your mind.
That might be why he does
Unless
it.
we just completely avoid Kenneth Walker, then why'd we pay him?
He did that in a year where Saquon Barkley won MVP almost. Come on, brother. 2,000 rushing yards. They go hand in hand. You get one good. You get that run game going, baby. Get that pass game going. What we got?
Yeah. Heath with a 50 bomb. Says Mike's response was
Let's
awesome.
go. Yeah, I don't care. I loved it too. I don't care.
I don't even know. Look, I don't even know what I was responding to at that point.
You just said I don't care.
I realize that they're like, we just gang up on Mike like once every like 3
That's
episodes.
a lie. Everybody tends to agree with you more about everything. Look at the poll.
Y'all talk to me about
You
freaking.
just take everything harder than me.
No, you
I
talk
don't
to me.
give a shit. I let
You
things
talk to
roll
me
off of
about
you get mad.
who was the running back you all badgered me about for 6 straight episodes?
What?
The free agent running back, Rico Dowdle or somebody like that.
Oh, that's because you tried to get me to put him in the A tier. Who puts
A
Rico
free
down on
agent, not of all time.
even on that free agent list, brother? You tried to put him one step below Kenneth Walker, bro. Rico Dowdle's at least 2 steps down. That's giving you. No, actually, you know what? Didn't we have an argument too about Travis Etienne? You tried.
Yeah,
to put him
you didn't
as
want to put
S tier.
Etienne in the S tier. You want to put him in the A and Dowdle in the B. Like that was the whole argument.
Yeah,
rather than
makes
putting
sense.
both of those
Doesn't that
guys in the
make
S
sense?
tier.
That makes sense, right?
No, because I think that both of them should have been S tier.
I don't know. Hey, we appreciate you, Heath. Heath is a legend. Put legendaries in the chat for Heath.
Let's go.
Let's freaking go, man.
Hey man,
what else we got
I
going
like
on
that you
here?
guys come on here and indulge in our bullshit. It's
Yeah.
funny. It's just 2 brothers fighting on the internet. You know, that's America right there.
Well, I think it's funny. Sometimes people get offended when we have a really lively debate. They're like, well, y'all stop fighting. Stop. It's like mom and dad's going to get a divorce and they're scared. It's like, this is the point. We're supposed to debate.
Isn't this
things.
every show on ESPN is just people fighting each other? Like some guy with a bad, like Stephen A. Smith with
Hey,
a bad take.
Look at Payne here giving me a backhanded compliment. He said, Mike is usually right. Not on this occasion, though. Milk it while you can, Steve. I'm going to milk it.
I still think deep down
I think
I'm
I'm
right.
I think I'm normally right. And yeah.
I still think deep down I'm right, but I'll give you one. Whatever. Have A.J. Brown.
Dude, I don't even think that you have. I think you have to just admit that you were wrong at this point.
I don't think I was.
Okay.
60% of the chat was with me.
Well, 60% of y'all need to be admitting your wrongs too. It's okay to admit when you're wrong.
We're not wrong.
You're
I think
dead
for
wrong.
this Chiefs team and this Chiefs season, Kyle Pitts is the way to go.
I don't think there's any team, any season ever that Kyle Pitts would contribute more than A.J. Brown.
You're
right
just
now.
making us play caveat because you know A.J. Brown's going to be a pain in the ass when he gets here. So no caveats. Like you can't afford him. He's an asshole. Like everything about A.J. Brown sucks except for the fact that he puts up.
Mike, you just said 2 days ago that you would be an asshole too if Nick Sirianni was your head coach.
Well, I would, but I'm not going to be one
that's
to Andy
probably
Reid.
the problem. Did he give problems in Tennessee?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
He was a jerk. I remember him going into bars and just hitting people with chairs and
See, you're
stuff.
just making stuff.
No, he was horrible.
Hit people. What is he, Morgan Wallen?
Yes. He taught him everything he knew. He was launching him off the top of decks and everything.
Mikey with the 5 says, "Come on, man. We all love some Mike. Steve is just on it today, baby."
No, he's not. You guys are just, I don't know what you're all doing. Everybody's high right now. Everybody needs to go eat something. Chill out.
I do want to eat something. I'm hungry. I'm going to eat a victory dinner because A.J. Brown is better than Kyle Pitts.
Oh my God, nobody thinks he's not better than Kyle Pitts. The whole argument was, would he fit with the Chiefs better this year? It's not who's the better
Would he
player.
contribute more? Yes.
I think with the way the Chiefs roster is built right now, Kyle Pitts makes the most sense. I think
I don't.
I think Rashee Rice, I think in the role Rashee Rice plays with Mahomes and everything, I think he's an adequate wide receiver 1. I just don't know if you're going to need to pay somebody all that much money to not really give you a lot more than you're going to get.
We really can't afford the draft class right now. We got to figure that out.
Was it what we need, like 10 mil?
Narnia had a chicken sandwich.
Maybe more. I had a Mexican food today. I ate some what'd I eat?
What'd you have for your birthday last night?
I went to a place called Carson's in Lexington. It wasn't as good as the Venezuelan place. I like Venezuelan food better, I think. Sorry, Carson,
Dude,
if you're watching.
Look, bro, there's a restaurant in Louisville called Repeal that everybody's been hyping up. Like it's the greatest steakhouse there is. And I watched a review of it today, and I saw their steak, and I saw their mac and cheese, and I tagged Alchemy and was like, "You're the best steak in town and the best mac and cheese." That place rules, bro. I don't think those other places are going to touch it. That's all I got to say.
If they want to sponsor an episode.
We'll stop being fat. Hey, on the when we sponsor the episode, can we get the owner on there to be like, all chiefed up? They're the best Chiefs content in town.
Yeah, why not?
That'd be cool.
JB with 20 gifteds. That deserved a thing.
Damn, you better hit some more buttons for that one, brother. 20 gifted memberships.
Yeah, let's just hit it.
Yeah, just start hitting buttons, bro. Give him a round of applause or something. Golly. JB. He said glad he stopped in. He liked it. He liked that heated debate, I think. I think JB loved it.
Sometimes it's fun to have a debate about hypotheticals that'll never happen.
We got to stop talking about food in front of Brian, by the way. He's like eating through a tube right now or something. So
I'm sorry, Brian.
Sorry, brother. Hey, see if they can put you some Zardas through that tube for you, though, baby. They can grind up some burnt ends and give it to you intravenously, or however you say that. Let's go. Dude, 20 gifted memberships, JB. What a beast. If you got one of those memberships, make sure to thank JB in the chat. And y'all put some nukes in the chat for JB, because that's freaking awesome. Let's go, brother.
Incredible, man. Appreciate everybody that's donated tonight. Everybody that's watched. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody that took part in our stupid poll. Hey, it was fun, man.
Hey,
it was a good time.
I think it was fun. Let's see here. We got a 2-bomb from Super Pro Grow. Says, we need a tall receiver like Pitts. How
tall is Pitts? That's what I was going to say. Is he like 6'5"-ish?
Well, I have this thing on my tablet called Google.
Oh, no.
Let me look it up for you real quick. How tall is probably, what, 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", somewhere in that range?
6'6", 246.
Okay.
That's a big fella.
That's the same size as Travis, right?
Probably. I don't think Trav's 6'6".
I'm not so sure that Trav's actually 6'6". He's listed as 6'6", but I've literally stood right in front of him.
I've stood beside him. He ain't that tall.
And I don't feel like he was much taller than me, if any taller than me. And I'm 6'3". So at the most, I'm giving Kel 6'5". I don't think he's a 6'6".
Yeah, I don't think he's there either. I think they maybe measured him with his helmet on.
He did something. He put on those shoes like Ron DeSantis, where he hit on the boots where it made him look tall.
Yeah, he was tiptoeing his boots, bro.
Kelsey wore his boots to the combine to get measured.
They said, brother, why you been wearing boots into the combine? Like, what are you doing?
That's great. Win with the 2-bomb says that 1989 Cadillac can make it to work on time. Let's go, baby. I don't even know what you're talking about, Win, but what did I miss? Did you talk about Kelsey being old but reliable?
Trying to find a good picture. I've got a picture here of Kelsey at camp. He ain't no 6'6", brother.
Oh, that's hilarious. I missed a 10-bomb from Mikey that said Steve has like 100 kids who need that insurance, baby. Let's go. I appreciate you, Mikey. Yeah, all 100 of them need insurance, you know.
Everybody needs good insurance, I guess.
And then he did another 5-bomb to let me know that I missed that super chat about the 100 kids. I love it, Mikey. That's great. Appreciate the support, brother. Let's go. It's not 100. It's not 100.
It's 103. Get it right.
Oh, Pop woke up from a nap. Gifted out 5 memberships. Let's go.
Let's go.
Tonight's the night of giving out all cheaped up memberships.
That's good because we're about to give away something awesome this month anyway.
Yes, we are. You guys are going to love it. That's all I got to say. I told y'all in the members only live stream last month, which was what, a few days ago? So if you know, you know. But we're going to give out a nice jersey coming up in this May members only live stream. Appreciate you, old man. Thanks, Pops. We love you. Y'all thank him in the chat if you got one of those gifted memberships. Man. Well, it's been a good night. It's been a really fun night. It's been a fun talk. But I'm ready to eat because I'm fat. Is that
Does Kelsey look 6'6" there?
Well, how can you tell? Everybody's like on a hill.
Yeah, maybe.
But judging by the way it looks, I mean, that girl has to be about 6.
That's what I was just saying. Like the girl in front of me was like 6'2".
No, but I think they're a little elevated right there, maybe. If that's if that's at camp, right by the.
Do you see Noah Gray in the background?
Yeah. No.
I think that's Noah Gray, isn't it?
That's an offensive lineman. That's Mitchell Schwartz or somebody. No, it's probably Noah Gray. Oh no.
That was the day that I told Kelsey. I said, "Brother, big Cincinnati Bearcats fan," and he looked right in my face.
Liar.
And said, nobody likes the Cincinnati Bearcats, and he laughed right to me.
I mean, he was right. You were lying to him.
No, big Cincinnati Bearcats fan.
Liar. The closest you get to that is you like
when they
Skyline chili.
And yeah,
that's about it. Guys, appreciate y'all being here tonight. Do us a favor, hit that like button on the way out if you haven't already. Appreciate you guys that gifted out memberships and donated. You guys are freaking awesome. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit the subscribe button. Come hang out with us more often. Shout out Prize Picks for sponsoring tonight's live stream. They're freaking awesome. Get down in the description. Click that link. Get Prize Picks. Use code HMA. And go have some fun with that. And we'll catch you next time, guys. Go Chiefs.
Wow.